In the 1950s, you could find Biff Burger. There soon after, burger stands stretching from sea to shining sea. Or maybe it's sea, eh? I'm not sure. I'm not Canadian. But they were in great abundance primarily in the area between Toronto, Canada, and Florida. Founded by two brothers in Clearwater, Florida named Bruce E. and Earl P. Brand in 1956, a year after the founding of another famous brand that far outlasted them, McDonald's. The Biff in Biff Burger stands for Best in Fast Food, and that rapidly became well known as the name, went across the southeast of the United States in their heyday. But now they're mostly known for hosting bike nights on Thursdays and small events like the flea market we're visiting today. Far from its glory days. What set Biff Burger apart in their golden years was a special sauce that was developed by Bruce and their proprietary broiler system called the Roto-Red Broiler. The broiler was set up in two parts. An upper rotisserie rack broiled the beef, and a second lower rack toasted the buns, which also collected the juices that dropped from the beef. This method gave the burger its advertised flame-broiled taste. This, also complemented with their special sauce, was really what set them skyrocketing in popularity, franchising throughout the southeastern United States all the way to Canada. One thing that Biff Burger was also known for was their catchy jingles, which we've secured the rights to play two of their most popular ones for you, so we'll go ahead and do that right now.
Oh, I can't wait to get that big old meat in my mouth when I go to the Biff Burger for the special sauce, and they squirt it all over my meat and then put it in the buns between. Can't wait to go have me some 100% me at the Biff Burger. Give me some meat. I want some meat. Put it in my mouth at the Biff Burger, please. Oh boy, I can't wait to get a golden brown big old meat in my mouth. Haha. Come on down to Biff Burger and go ahead and put some delicious meat in your mouth.
Early on, Biff Burger was very successful in franchising its restaurant under favorable conditions for its franchisees. Most notably included in their policy are a few things that I found interesting that would have really interested franchisees and would have been the reason for their rapid expansion. As a franchisee of Biff Burger, you can burn your own balls whenever you want on the Roto-Red Hot Broiler. In 40 years, they'll host a bike night at the final standing Biff Burger location. You also were included a porta-unit drive-in building and free advertising material. So these are just a number of the reasons why that it was a very popular restaurant. In the end, all of this couldn't keep the burger empire from collapsing, and after a dispute with its franchisees and financial trouble, the chain went quickly into decline and most of its locations were then turned into Burger Kings, leaving only the one we are visiting today. The reason we've come to Biff Burger today is to visit a flea market. Unfortunately, it was a lackluster affair with only 2 vendors showing up. I long for the days of the Wagon Wheel Flea Market, which unfortunately closed last year and was sold after 55 years of continuous operation during the COVID lockdowns in my area. They sold it to a developer who will replace it with condos. And now I'm here at this booth with this old man trying to sell me $8 worth of country CDs that I have no real interest in purchasing, and I think about all the places that will be soon gone, memories lost to the refuges of the cinema, as well in the memory palaces of so many like me who have visited these places and will too pass on as the film comes to a close. Anyways, this is Shoe Brodelli wishing I was eating a Biff burger right now. Goodbye. Today we're visiting the Florida Botanical Gardens. Located in Largo, Florida, and boasting over 150 acres of breathtaking formal gardens, scenic landscapes, and designated natural areas, showcasing some of the rarest native habitats in the area. Alive with many native birds, alligators, small rodents, and other animals. While walking through the gardens and taking in the natural beauty of the massive variety of plants, I took some footage of the plants that stuck out to me the most, such as the black olive tree. I love black olives. On a salad, or maybe on some nachos, or a pizza. Delicious. Or this bush named Senile Bush, after the former president and current war criminal George W. Bush, or was it named after their father, also former president and deceased war criminal. And then there's the red shrimp plant, which is used as a vegan substitute for shrimp. This tree is the one they based the tree in The Lion King on. Unfortunately, the garden was not paid for the use of its image in the film, but it has drawn many to come to the garden to see it firsthand. Here we have is what used to be a public bath, where people could come to wash their ass while surrounded by the luscious garden of plants. While visiting the garden, I wouldn't recommend eating or touching any of the plants because they could be poisonous. This tree is called the screw pine, and it's called that because as it grows, it forms screw-like roots that dig deep into the Earth's core all the way to hell. This plant is called the cardboard palm. It's the source of all cardboard in the world. I don't know the significance of this plant, but I do like the name because it's a lucky nut. This palm tree is named the Christmas palm as it's the only palm tree that grows in the most barren areas of the North Pole. And of course the beautiful Goldfinger plant, which is named after the James Bond villain because there was a plant doctor who first discovered the plant and that was his favorite movie. After exploring the main garden, I went on to find a nature path to find a good place to smoke a joint. Not after walking for long, I came upon some kind of animal foot pressing in the path. The area is very lively with all types of creatures. I also noticed a gray box, which turned out to be a telephone for animals to call loved ones and friends and conduct other business. While walking along the path, I met some trees that told me if I continued down the path, I would find an opening along the riverbank, and to turn on the path onto it where I could find a nice spot to get high.
Welcome, Shoe. I am the spirit of the designated nature areas here in the Botanical Gardens. If you head down the nature path further, you'll find an opening on the riverbank. Turn left while the others turn right, and you'll be free to smoke a joint among the many animals that occupy this land. Enjoy, my friend, from one tree to another.
After walking for a bit, it turns out they were telling the truth, and then I found a very nice spot to get high and take in the beautiful nature and all the different birds and animals, mostly squirrels and birds, but nevertheless an enjoyable experience. After getting stoned, I found a grate in the middle of the forest with screams coming from it for help, but I couldn't help them because I'm shooting a show, so I just continued on my adventure. Seeing signs warning about alligators, we finally found a baby one, basking in the sun. It was hard to get a good shot, but I tried the best that I could. When we were done looking at the alligator and other wildlife, we went on to the tropical fruit garden, which was like a ton of bananas and some other different types of fruit mixed in. final stop was the herb garden for some special herbs. Anyways, this is Shoe Brodelli looking for Hawaiian haze in the herb garden. Until next time, goodbye.